Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Matt from MattCo, and here we go with the beginner's guide. Now, I don't know anything about this game other than the fact that it was made by the same people who made the Stanley Parable. I love the Stanley Parable, so we're going to see where this takes us. Please make sure audio is on. Why? Why do I have to make sure audio is on? You mean I can't play without audio? Controls, yes, okay, come on.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
This.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Really?
So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Wow. So, 3... Okay. Warning. Okay.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Alright, so how did you get these? Dude, this would have been awesome in 08. Are you kidding me? My computer probably couldn't have handled it, but... Okay, through here.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Yeah. Where?
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Yeah, I can see that.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
So, oh, hey.
Begin ship evacuation.
Okay.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Yeah. Old ass skybox. Okay.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, okay. That works.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off,
Okay.
and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey,
Is that it?
you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's
Okay.
so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
I don't know. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh,
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
okay.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh, what? Okay. So, oh, what? What? Hello? Okay. Hey, look, I can see the labyrinth.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic
There's
system.
a nice
Or
big
this floating
tear
could be the afterlife, a
right
peaceful
there where
place,
the textures aren't
juxtaposed
meeting up.
against all of the
But
hysteria
it's not
that
a
you've
finished
just
game,
had to
so-
traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do
Okay.
more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go
Okay.
ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Sounds good. Okay, November 2. Oh. Oh, what? The past
Yep.
was behind.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a short
Feature
and
could not be
relatively
seen.
minimalist experiment combining
Yeah,
motion and
changing.
narrative. It is less
Okay,
advanced than the
so-
previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a
Yeah.
unique voice rather than simply basing
Wait,
it
what
on a
does this say?
pre-existing
Becomes
trope.
Clear, steps as she looks. Okay. Future's always behind her. How will she find the strength? Oh, okay, okay.
It's a short little
To
thought,
confront
it
it.
says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which
Okay.
to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Those are the kind of games I would expect to find on Game Joel. I love game. Okay. You are now entering the Twilight Zone.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with
Yeah,
me for a
clearly.
few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay.
Oftentimes,
Nonsense
Coda
in
would put
every
bizarre
direction.
titles like this one at the start of his games.
Oh. Okay.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I'm going slower.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So
No.
why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Oh, yay. Okay, stand on X, staring at bear. What? Oh god, I'm being spammed. Oh no, it's train chat all over again. No.
A room that's
Press
warm
You
and
to surrender.
nice
Stand on
and
an
filled
X.
with little ideas
staring
for
at a bear
games.
for. Oh.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it
kinda
takes
cool, I'm
time to
not gonna
really see
lie.
that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Wow, press U to surrender. Okay, well, no, can't surrender. Oh, January 2009. Ready, set, fish. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's not really... Okay. Nice little parking garage looking thing. So what's the point of this
Well,
game?
this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
That wasn't the answer, was
Don't
it?
forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a
Oh,
lot.
it was on that side. Okay, 3 dots. Okay.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle,
No.
you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Enter. Oh. Ho 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 ho. Oh my god. Oh my god.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Oh my god.
So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich
Shit.
interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either
Yeah.
way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player.
Oh
So
my
if your
God.
role here is not to understand, then what is it?
That's a good question. I don't know. So then we're going back to this game. Okay. So you are now exiting.
Aha. So this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that
Those
we won't
textures
be
are
able to
coming in a
grasp
little
until
weird.
we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
This guy, this Coda, seems kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. Big old white space, singular structure.
Let's
in
talk
the
about
center.
video game development for a second.
Okay.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Okay. Well.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all
Yeah,
engines,
cool.
Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Okay. You know, normally in games I ascend, not necessarily descend. Okay. Okay. It's weird because I'm actually playing this game, and I know that. Oh god! Oh god! Oh. Oh, well, that went better than expected. So is this where Iron Man keeps his suits? That was cool. I wish there would have been a death mechanic. I would have loved that. Okay, so the glass is all the way around. There's no way to tell that without actually traveling all the way around. Oh, man. Alright. Sure, I'll play the... Excuse me? Ah, no, no, no. No, no, no. No, no. That sound, no bueno. No, 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 no.
This prison, funny enough,
Okay.
in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
What?
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, oh. Hey,
This
but
is
I
something
wanted
that he
to...
and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me,
Okay.
I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Okay.
There wasn't.
Oh, well, he sounded like a little salty. God, this is actually kind of cool. Okay, so... Oh, 3 dots again. I wonder if that's not his, like, symbol.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
If you want my interpretation, I would say that it kind of represents what we're going to do. Like, are we willing to shut the door behind us to proceed forward, even though we are not sure if we can go forward? I mean, that's just my thing, because, you know, you always try to leave something, you always try to leave an exit behind you, no matter what you do, but in here you have to trust that in closing that door, there will be something on the other side, and without being sure, you kind of have to take that chance. So, that's really cool. I'm going to continue playing this. I'm going to play this to end. But unfortunately, I'm all out of time for this segment, which means that I'm going to have to cut it. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys have any ideas on how to make the content better, or if you have content that you'd like to see, make sure you put them down in the comment section below. And also, I'm going to challenge you. What do you think that door means? Put it in the comment section. I will read them. I will respond to them. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, like, I want to know what your input is. So feel free, even if you've never watched my videos, even if you never will again, I want to know. So do that for me. But anyway, that's all I've got. So until next time, I'm Matt from MattCo, and you guys enjoy. About that beer I owe ya.
That beer I owed you.
Hi. Can I
me,
teabag
Morty.
you?
This is
Teabag. Oh my god.
Sorry
Did
for
you
the
die
story. I had to
willingly?
Put on a show for the cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Civil protection.
Here, let me just teabag
I'm taking
you.
off his mask, surprise the shit out of him.
All night.